G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a two-shot explosive weightless pump-action shotgun. Not the first pump-action shotgun I've shown off on the channel, but it is going to be one of the more powerful ones. I did the instigating one first. So, two-shot explosive weapons. They were the weapons to have back before the patch. Now everyone thinks they're shit. I'm going to prove to you that they're still usable using this thing. So, with the hardened receiver we get 169 damage. Let's give ourselves some upgrades with some perks. So we're going to chuck on Basher, I'm going to chuck on Shotgunner. This Shotgunner, Scatter Shot, so we can make these way less. And of course, Master Shotgunner. I've just chucked in Basher because there was nothing else really to have. And to increase our accuracy with shotguns a little bit, we'll put in Skeet Shooter. We're not going to be using this thing in VAT, so I don't think we'll miss out too much on concentrated fire. We've also got Grenadier to make sure our explosives do a little bit more splash damage. And since this is an explosive weapon, we'll go ahead and chuck on Demolitions Expert. And to boost our damage just a little bit further, we'll chuck on Bloody Mess. And with that, we get 425 damage. That's pretty good for a shotgun, eh? And we start off today with a surprise Scorch Beast fight. I hear him around somewhere. Yep, it's a Scorch Beast assassin. The Queen's sending them after me today. Yeah, so with shotguns, they're notoriously fucking terrible against Scorch Beasts. One, because the range of what they're at. But at least we're still in hidden thanks to the suppressor. You might be scratching your head wondering why I want to put a suppressor on this, and you've just seen why I wanted to. So, yeah, he's gonna heal off most of the explosive damage. Honestly, we're gonna have to wait until he lands so we can actually do a little bit of damage to him, which kind of sucks. Hopefully he lands in a second. Here he goes, good Scorch Beast behavior. And then we'll go ahead and hammer him with explosive damage, just bouncing it on the ground. Man, even still, he's resisting it quite easily. I could be doing a little bit better if I had Enforcer right now. But honestly, at the rate we'll be killing these guys, hopefully we get away with not having a perk like that. We don't really have any perks that would allow us to target limbs anyway, so it's not like we can see the status of his limbs. But hopefully we're doing enough good damage with the explosive thing anyway to get him. There we go. So, unless Scorch Beasts are land, you're better off using basically any other weapon. But there you go. A quick Scorch Beast fight to start off. I didn't expect that, so you shouldn't either. You just never know what to expect on this channel, do ya? Alrighty, we'll get started on these West Tech Super Mutants. We'll have a lot of, it's going to be super easy taking out these guys so long as they actually take the explosive damage that we're dealing out. Simply because we've got all the ground to bounce a splash damage up off of them. And there we go, our first legendary for the day, and it's a shit one. Whatever. We'll keep going. Next up, a couple of doggos. Make sure we reload this thing as much as possible, honestly. It is help having the extra reloading speed perks too. And now that we've got ourselves a little bit of adrenaline, we should be one-shotting these guys just like we were pre-patch. So yeah, not really having too much trouble with these super mutants to start off. We'll quickly go around the corner and we'll kill the rest of them. Alright, are we still holding on to that adrenaline damage? Yep, it's at 90% again. It really shouldn't be. I wasn't even switching perks around, it just happens sometimes. Something's a little bit bugged, Bethesda. You ought to fix that soon. Or you don't have to, I kinda like having extra adrenaline damage. Maybe it's damage that I shouldn't have that's making this thing kick a lot of ass. I don't really know. But, grab adrenaline for extra damage. And, ooh, lag too. That's always fun. Alrighty, welcome to the Close Quarters Nightmare. That is Super Mutantville. And we're going to waste every single one of them, provided we don't fucking lag out. There we go. Don't worry about being detected, we'll just go ahead and kill everyone we see. And it's going to be nice and easy to do a lot of damage in here because this is a very close quarters place, so we're not going to be penalized at range for our suppressor. If anything, we'll be running further back to kill enemies because of that inherent explosive damage. Despite it being nerfed to everything else, it's still just as dangerous to you. Alright, we've got another super mutant over here freaking out. Make sure we get that reload pretty quickly. Yeah, I'm not as reload happy with these guns as I am with other guns, I'll tell you that much. But maybe I should start looking at my bullets before reloading. But again, having that extra shotgunner perk, the one that makes them way less, the name escapes me, but reload faster, is a good perk to have if you're looking to do a shotgun build. I mean, obviously. So far, so good. Managed to basically one-shot everyone so far. And what's around the corner? More muties down there. Now, we could probably be doing a little bit better without a suppressor, and that's only because these guys will just be drawn to us from basically everywhere, and it'll make them a lot easier to seek out rather than me having to track every last of them down. They'll just run straight up to me. I don't know why that guy tried to do his little bash animation when I was standing all the way back, but whatever floats his boat. We'll continue through this place. Yep, here's one, just sitting in his little cell. He's a cowardly legendary, so fortunately for me, he's not going to move. He had a very context-sensitive rolling pin. Alright, back through the other wing now. And we're still retaining that good old adrenaline damage, so taking out these guys in one shot, it's going to be like pre-patch days. In fact, it's basically like pre-patch days. We're doing so much damage, we're one-shotting all these guys, and you just won't be able to do it over range anymore. You're going to have to make sure all of your pellets explode in a general direction around him, because you don't inherit all of that extra base damage off the explosive effect, but there you go. A good thing about shotguns in general is that their base damage is generally high. Obviously, they're made to be close quarters weapons. You kind of need that extra damage to make sure you actually survive in those situations. Why can't I jump up there? Doesn't really matter. I'm going to shoot in this direction. Need to watch my shell count more. I'll quickly reload this. I get distracted when I'm talking sometimes. Oh well. Alright, another mutant doggo down there. Kill him. And another one. Yep. No problems taking out these guys. The control room is just ahead. Then I believe it's just onto the vats. And then we're done with this place. Just some Vanguard's crap. There's the boss of the area. He might have on him some 5mm rounds. He's got a stim pack on him, which is useful. I've used up a couple in this, just with sloppy gameplay. But good thing for me, this weapon is powerful enough to me not warrant any actual skill whilst playing. See, the skill that I've used here is putting the build together, strategically planning out the build to work with not only shotguns, but heavy weapons, melee weapons, and one-handed and two-handed, obviously, and even unarmed weapons. That's where the smarts come from. The gameplay is just as brain dead as ever, as you can tell. Okay, still in caution. Still a couple more super mutants around somewhere. There's one. And are we done? No, there's another doggo there. He goes down. Still in caution. There'd be a couple of stragglers left at this point, and my gun condition's going down a little bit. It started off at like half health, so whatever. Yep, just another legendary guy who will probably just say retreat and then run off. He dropped me some legendary bullets apparently. Lots of legendaries. Plenty of legendaries to be had in here, so if you're really hurting for good legendaries, then come over to West Tech. You have multiple legendaries spawning at once. That's a cultist blade, another mutant slayer weapon. And with that, we might be clear. You can't really tell when there's a thing in the way. But I'm going to say that we are clear. Combat music has stopped. So at least the shotgun survived until we cleared out this place. We'll quickly get that repaired, and then we'll move on to some ghouly situations. Alrighty, so here we are outside the ghoul place. Again, we'll just piss them off by blowing up their pre-war cars and then getting teleported back to the starting position because the game remembered that we haven't spawned in yet or something like that. I don't know. Okay, we've recovered from radworms. Let's just get us again. We're going to get it again like pretty much instantly, I reckon. So hopefully at this point the ghouls would have spawned in. Yep, they've spawned in alright. They're invisible. They're using stealth commando tactics on me. Also... Oh! I've lost marsupial because I've lost, Oh yeah, I've lost marsupial because I've lost the radworms. Okay, we're gonna need it. We're just gonna out-damage them anyway. And, I was planning to jump on top of the bus just to make sure we don't get hit, but whatever. Okay, now we've got radworms back, marsupial is back, we can jump around like a mad woman once more. And with this in mind, we can just easily kill everyone around. So we'll reload whilst there's nothing immediately in front of us, and then we'll get started on the rest of these ghouls. They'll come out through the door any second now. It's closed. Yeah, good luck with that. Let's see if they're smart enough to open the door. Well, I had to open it for them, so we'll just go ahead and keep shooting at them as they come in through this choke point. We'll make sure we keep an eye on our ammo. Make sure these guys are actually... Wow, they're not pushing me today. They don't feel like getting involved. Are they all up here? Alright, we're just gonna deal with T-posing ghouls apparently. I know there's one that spawns there. I was hoping for a big crowd control situation where I can spray multiple at once. Okay, there we go. Looks like I've got some aggression coming from these ghouls. Let's just gather a few of them up out here. I have to keep radworms now because as soon as I get rid of it, I'll lose marsupial, which is really fucking annoying. I'd rather not take 50% more rad damage. Living with ghoul aids is not fun. There we go. Easily done. Just gotta take out the last couple of ones and then we'll be home free. Don't know where the boss is at. It might be a fat ass or it might be a Hannah. We'll just have to see. Manager, as usual, doesn't want to get involved, so we'll just go and shoot him. Bounce splash damage beyond his counter. It's a Hannah. Didn't really want to get involved, did ya? No, she didn't. She wanted to hold on to that little leg that she got. That little troubleshooter's leg. And I think that's about it for the ghoulies here. Yep, had zero problems except for when the game glitched on us. But you can't really blame that on this weapon. This weapon has been performing very, very well so far. So we'll test it on some monsters now. Now this is kind of where the suppressor comes in handy because hopefully we'll be able to double up on sneak attack criticals on this guy before we kill him. So we'll see how we go. Yep. See, a little bit of extra damage goes a long way. And his scream got cut off there. That's like a world first. Also, I picked up this tennis visor thing. Alrighty, we'll gather as much adrenaline damage on these crabby dudes as we can before taking on the queen. We'll have a look at the gun for context before taking on the queen. So we'll just go around and kill all these crabby dudes like normal. Seek them out one by one. Shoot them. Take them out. And move on to the next target after that. Is there usually one having a bath down here? I believe that is the one, so we'll just quickly marsupial jump over to him, and that should give us plus 75% damage. Something's wrong with adrenaline, don't tell Bethesda, and we'll throw a grenade in just to wake up old mate Queenie. Oh yeah, our damage is over 1,000 now. Ooh, she's a legendary. Didn't really help her out though, did it? Alrighty, we've already seen this thing against the Scorch beast at the beginning clip, so yeah, I think I'm going to leave things off here. So, to everyone who says that two-shot explosive weapons are crap, now obviously it's just your build that's crap. You can still do really, really well with these weapons, and I've just demonstrated that here. So if you'd like to see this thing in your game, hit up Market 76, make sure your build is good, that you can actually kill stuff like me. Thank you for watching, guys.